In May 2005, 18-year-old high school senior Natalee Holloway vanished while on a graduation trip to Aruba. What should have been a celebratory getaway turned into an international mystery, one filled with conflicting stories, failed arrests, and endless heartbreak. In this video, we're going to talk about the murder of a 17-year-old girl named Natalee Holloway and the mystery behind it on 29th May 2005. It was a black day for the Holloway family as a young teenage daughter, Natalee, went missing from her graduation trip. It was not just a media sensation across the globe, but the case is still surrounded by extreme mystery as to what really happened to her. This seems to be a proper crime mystery case, isn't it? Are you equally curious and want to know the full truth behind it? Then don't forget to be with us till the end of the video. Let's get to the story. Natalee Holloway was born on the 21st of October, 1986, and she spent her teenage years living in Mountain Brook, an affluent community in Birmingham, Alabama. Her family consisted of her brother, mother, and stepfather, Jug Twitty, an Alabama businessman. Natalee was an honors student who was also a member of the dance team, went to Bible club, and participated in a variety of extracurricular activities. She had received a full scholarship to the University of Alabama and intended to pursue a pre-medical career. The graduation trip to Aruba was the last big celebration before she and her classmates transitioned onto the next point in life. So on May 26, 2005, she, along with her classmates, boarded a flight to Aruba, the Netherlands, for enjoying a 4-day trip of unlimited fun and frolic. The first few days of the trip were spent drinking heavily as Natalee and her friends explored Aruba and all it had to offer. They went to the beach where their large group of classmates ruled the tiki bars on the sand and formed lasting memories. They explored places together, and even some of the bars in the vicinity proved to be their favorite hangout spots. Fast forwarding to the last day of the trip, May 29, 2005, after the roll call from the teachers, Natalee spent the whole day with her friends at the beach making sandcastles, eating and dancing. She was reported to be in a very happy mood, and it felt like she was literally having the time of her life as described by her friends. At around 6 p.m., they headed back to their room to get ready for the final dinner. After the dinner was done, they proceeded toward the Holiday Inn hotel where they were staying to play casino. A friend of hers was losing a lot of money in a game, the casino, so a young boy named Jordan Vanderslut stepped up to offer her some tips for winning the game, and soon they worked and her friend profited from it. Vanderslut was a 17-year-old Dutch student who was studying at the International School of Aruba. We knew that by the end, he was going to be the prime suspect in the eyes of the police later after spending time at the casino. Natalee and her friends went to the bus stop as they intended to board a bus to Oranjester, but were turned away by the drivers since they were still carrying drinks in their hands. So they took a taxi to reach their destination. They spent a few hours at Carlos and Charlie's nightclub drinking and dancing to the tunes of music. Later, Vanderslut arrived at the club with 2 of his friends, Tak and Ishkapo, and met Natalee and her friends. After some time, her friends started to leave her home, but Natalee wasn't with them, so they thought that she might have gone to another nightclub with Slut and his friends. When they checked at the other nightclub nearby, she wasn't there. One of her friends waited at the hotel lobby in the hopes that she might return late, but there was no sign of her in the morning. Everyone frantically searched for Natalee, but she was nowhere to be found. Few people from the nightclub had said that they had seen her leaving with 3 boys in a taxi from the nightclub. As it was a day of departure, everyone left except one of the professors, who stayed back in the hope that she might return to the hotel. Her parents were also informed of their missing daughter, who then filed a missing report at the police station. As Vanderslut was seen the most with Natalee that night, he had become the prime suspect for this case. Vanderslut initially denied knowing Natalee, but later admitted that he had dropped her off at a hotel after spending some time with her. He claimed that Natalee wanted to see the sharks, so they drove her to Aruba Beach, which is about a 10-minute drive from a hotel. Vanderslut said she was approached by a man in a black shirt who looked like a security guard when they returned her to the Holiday Inn. Natalee, on the other hand, did not return to the hotel at night. According to security cameras, the search for Natalee started immediately, and many volunteers showed their interest by participating in finding her. Vanderslut and his 2 friends, Deepak and Ishkapo, were arrested on suspicion of kidnapping and murder. After a week of investigation warning, there's a potential break in this case. The 3 young men originally questioned by police have been arrested. They changed their story yet again, claiming they left Natalee sleeping on the beach. Later, Vandersloot changed his story again, telling police that the brothers dropped him off and then drove Natalie back to a hotel around 2 a.m. on July 4th. Deepak and his capo were released without charge, but Vandersloot would remain in custody for another 2 months. Will be immediately released. The Holloway family offered a $1 million reward for Natalie's safe return, as well as a $250,000 reward for information on her whereabouts. Several witnesses came forward to give their verdict regarding spotting Natalie, but the police didn't find any concrete evidence to justify the verdict. A park ranger discovered a piece of duct tape with blonde hair embedded in it on July 17th. The tape was sent to Quantico, Virginia, and tested twice, but the results proved it wasn't Natalie's hair. Deepak and his cabo, as well as Freddie Rumby, were arrested again on August 26. This new suspect was spotted photographing underage girls, which the police suspected Vandersloot and his brothers of doing. Bridiere Matt Test Deepak and his capo and Jordan Vandersloot were all released without charge. A week later, they were however released on the condition that they are available to police in the event of an emergency. The laptops taken from the Capo brothers and Vandersloot were examined by Dutch police, who discovered conversations between the three. Natalie had not been taken to the beach according to investigators, and had instead returned to Vandersoe's apartment in the back of his parents' house on November 21, 2007. The Koppel brothers and Vandersloot were arrested again, this time for manslaughter and causing serious bodily harm in the death of Natalee Holloway. Despite the opposition of prosecutors, all three were released and not charged by December. Another shocking twist that was coming their way was Vandersloot killed Stephanie Flores Ramirez on 30th May 2010. Stephanie's body was discovered 3 days later in a hotel room registered to Vandersloot, who was arrested the same day in Chile and extradited back to Peru. Vandersloot admitted to killing Stephanie because she had accessed his laptop and discovered evidence linking him to Ali's disappearance. The case has been going on for years, yet the police have been unable to locate any clue. Throughout the years, bones have been discovered on Aruba and tested against Natalie's DNA, but none have ever matched. Judge Alan King signed a declaration on January 2012 after Ali's father filed a petition to have his daughter declared legally dead. FBI is still seeking evidence from this case in the hope of bringing closure to this long, unending case. Both of NA's parents have written books about their experience of their daughter's disappearance. Ludwig, a man, said that he had killed Natalie after she was dropped, but he didn't hurt her. 2 years later, Natalee Holloway's mother was contacted by Jordan Vanderslot's attorney, who said Vandersloot would reveal the location of Natalie's body in exchange for $25,000 upfront and another $25,000 once she was found. According to biography, the money was wired to Vandersloot's bank account by Natalie's mother, but he claimed he lied because he needed the money. Authorities were still unsure if they had enough evidence to convict. Now, due to the advancements in genetic DNA, the results can come out clear and concise rather than previous times, which proves to be beneficial. The state has high hopes from this advancement and are wishing that truth had prevailed soon in front of the world. A few traces of Natalie's blood had been found, but it wasn't sure as to whether she was a person or not, as her DNA wasn't matching completely. What are your thoughts on this video? To let us know in the comment section below. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this video, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video with another new true crime story.